Focus on yourself, not others. Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to speak to the one person who matters most in your life. You, because the world out there, it's full of distractions, it's full of noise. It's full of people pointing fingers, comparing lives, measuring success by someone else's ruler. But I'm here to tell you that is not the path to greatness. You weren't born to chase shadows. You weren't made to imitate. You were born to create, to build, to rise, and to become. You see, the moment you start focusing on others, you take your eyes off the only power you truly control, yourself. You are the architect of your mind. You are the author of your destiny. You are the master of your fate, but only if you stop looking sideways. Let me ask you this: does the lion care how the sheep runs? Does the eagle flap harder because another bird soars high? No, the lion walks its path, the eagle flies its own sky, and so must you. You must stop scrolling through other people's victories and start crafting your own, because while you're watching them, they're working. While you're comparing, they're creating. While you're doubting yourself, they're building their empire. Here's the truth: you will never become who you are meant to be if you're busy watching someone else be who they are. The only competition is the face in your mirror. Beat that person, outgrow that person, uplift that person, work in silence, sweat in the dark, grow in the quiet hours, and when the time is right, your results will do the talking. Yes, others may be ahead, let them run their race. Yes, others may have more, let them count their blessings, because you have something they don't have. You have your unique fire, you have your mission. And if you nurture that fire with discipline, belief, and daily action, no force on earth can stop you. Your only competition is your past self. Too many people wake up each morning and look outward for direction. They scroll through images, compare lives, measure success through someone else's moment. And yet, the wisest path has never been out there, it has always been within. The only person you are truly here to conquer is the person you were yesterday. The world may try to convince you that your neighbor's pace is your finish line, that their car, their salary, their applause should stir something inside you. But I tell you, the only race worth running is the one against the reflection in your mirror. Because that is where your power lies. That is where the truth hides. That is where the real battle begins. You must train your mind to see yourself as the standard, not influencers, not friends, not rivals. Just you, the version of you that woke up last year, last week, yesterday. If you grew even 1 inch since then, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, then you're already winning the only game that matters. Let the world chase popularity, let the crowd chase clout, you chase progress, chase discipline, chase the version of yourself who said, "I want more," and then had the courage to act on it. That's who you're here to defeat. Not because they were weak, but because you're becoming stronger. Each day is a new round in the ring. You step in with your old fears, your old doubts, your old excuses. You face the voice that once told you to quit, to shrink, to give up. And every rep, every page read, every moment of persistence is a blow landed, a step forward, a victory earned not over someone else, but over who you used to be. You must understand, greatness is not about domination. It's about evolution. It's not about being better than others. It's about being better than your former self, the one who didn't know what you now know, who couldn't do what you now can. Growth is internal warfare, and victory is silent but undeniable. Most will look for competition on the outside. They'll try to outshine, outsell, outtalk, outdo. But those people burn out, because their fuel is envy, and envy is a shallow fire. You must burn with self-mastery, with the quiet desire to be sharper, wiser, tougher, not for recognition, but because you demand it of yourself. The one who wins in life is not the one who moves the fastest. It's the one who never stops moving forward, no matter how small the steps. Inches become feet, feet become miles, miles become momentum, and that momentum built on beating yesterday's version of yourself becomes an unstoppable force. You are your blueprint and your battlefield, your standard and your stepping stone. Stop asking, am I better than them? And start asking, am I better than who I was? If the answer is yes, even by a sliver, you are living in victory. If not, don't chase the world, just rise and rebuild yourself, because the truth is this: no one else is worth competing with. They are not you. They do not carry your scars, your strength, your calling. Your only real challenge is to unlock the full measure of your own potential one day, one action, one triumph at a time. Comparing your journey to others robs your power. There is no faster way to weaken your spirit than to compare your life to someone else's. The moment your eyes drift from your own path to another's, your strength begins to leak, your focus blurs, your confidence fractures, and worst of all, you begin to forget who you are. Every soul on this earth was born with a different blueprint, a unique set of trials, gifts, and timing. To measure your life by another person's highlight reel is not only foolish, it is dangerous. It is the slow erosion of your greatness, because comparison doesn't just distract, it destroys. When you compare, you are no longer building. You are observing, you are watching someone else's results and asking why you don't have them, instead of asking what price you're willing to pay to earn your own. But your future doesn't belong to watchers. It belongs to warriors who stay in their lane. Understand this truth. Every minute you spend admiring someone else's path is a minute you've abandoned your own, and time is the one currency you never get back. No man, no woman, no matter how rich or wise, can purchase another hour of life once it's gone, and you waste it when you compare. You don't know what's behind their smile. You don't know the sacrifices, the debts, the pain behind their wins. You see the crown, but you never see the cost, and even if you did, their crown was never meant for your head. You are not here to mimic. You are here to manifest. When you focus on others, you begin to feel either inferior or superior, and both are lies. Inferiority makes you shrink, superiority makes you stall, but true self-power doesn't care who's ahead or behind. It only cares about whether you moved forward today. Comparison is like poison in your mental bloodstream. At first, it feels like motivation, but over time, it turns into envy, bitterness, paralysis. It convinces you that someone else's win is your loss, that their light dims yours. But truth be told, no one can steal what's meant for you unless you hand it over by watching them too long. If you must look at others, let it be as a mirror. Let their dedication inspire your own. Let their rise confirm what's possible. But never let it make you doubt your timing, your journey, or your worth. Their lane is theirs, yours is sacred, and only you can walk it. You cannot reach your destiny by watching others reach theirs. You cannot unlock your own potential by obsessing over what someone else has already opened. Your strength, your vision, your pace, these are weapons forged in solitude, not in comparison. So shut the door on distraction. Shut the door on envy. Shut the door on small thinking. And open the gate to your own garden, because while you're busy watching someone else's fruit grow, your own harvest is dying from neglect. Focus brings clarity, and clarity creates momentum. Success does not favor the busy mind, it favors the focused one. In a world that praises multitasking and constant motion, the individual who can bring their mind to a single point, like the tip of a spear, is the one who cuts through the noise and carves out a future. Focus is not just a tool, it is a weapon, and it's forged by intention. You see, most people live scattered lives. They start one thing and jump to the next. They chase 10 dreams and catch none. They water 100 seeds but never stay long enough to watch one tree grow. But the great secret is this: clarity only comes through focus. And once you are clear, nothing can stand in your way. Without focus, your energy bleeds. You lose strength in the places where you need it most. Your mind drifts. Your purpose dulls, But when you choose one direction, one target suddenly, your efforts align, your thoughts sharpen, your purpose ignites, and that is where real movement begins. Clarity is power. Clarity tells you what to ignore, what to say no to, what distractions to burn at the altar of your mission. It is the lens that brings your vision into view. Without it, you're just wandering. With it, you're marching like a soldier through the battlefield of life, every step deliberate, every decision grounded. The man or woman who understands what they are here to do and blocks out everything else begins to move with an energy that others can feel. They seem unstoppable, not because they are faster or stronger, but because they are aligned. Alignment is born from clarity, and clarity is born from focus. Momentum does not appear from thin air. It is built one focused action at a time. A step becomes a stride becomes a sprint, and a sprint becomes momentum, the kind of force that breaks through fear, doubt, and resistance. But it only starts when you stop scattering and start aiming. The person who focuses is no longer chasing everything. They are becoming something. They know their mountain, they see the summit, and because they are not looking sideways, their climb is faster, cleaner, and more powerful. Each hour is used, not wasted. Each task has meaning. Each day becomes a brick in the foundation of legacy. Do not confuse motion with progress. Many run in circles and call it hustle, but real advancement only happens when your efforts are aimed at a clear, fixed target. Focused energy turns small efforts into massive results. And that is what builds momentum, the kind that cannot be stopped once it begins. Ask yourself right now, what would happen if you gave all of yourself to one thing for the next 90 days? No distraction, no second guessing, no comparisons, just pure, undiluted focus. You would move mountains, you would become unrecognizable, and you would finally feel what it's like to be unstoppable. Because the truth is this: once you focus, you see. Once you see, you move. Once you move with purpose, you build power. And that power, once activated, is enough to turn ordinary lives into extraordinary destinies. Every minute spent watching others is a minute stolen from your growth. Time is the one currency you can never earn back. Once spent, it is gone forever, no refund, no replacement. And yet, people throw away hours, days, even years, watching others live instead of building their own lives. They scroll through photos, analyze the wins of others, and critique from the sidelines, all while their own garden grows wild with neglect. Every second you devote to someone else's timeline is a second robbed from your own. Every moment of envy is a seed you could have planted. Every glance at someone else's lane is a stumble in your own. The truth is simple, and it cuts deep. You are not here to observe, you are here to become. Do not make the mistake of thinking that watching others will teach you how to grow. It may entertain you, it may stir desire, but it will never build your character, develop your discipline, or sharpen your skills. Those things can only be forged through action, not observation. The world doesn't reward spectators, it rewards creators. The greatest tragedy is not failure, it is potential left untouched. And make no mistake, every minute spent consumed by someone else's journey is another minute your own potential gathers dust. What could you have learned in that time? What book could you have read? What plan could you have written? What inner strength could you have awakened? You must treat time like sacred gold. Spend it on what feeds your soul, sharpens your edge, builds your future. Because while you're busy applauding or resenting someone else's progress, they're building, they're refining, they're compounding. And you're treading water in a sea of distraction. Distraction is the silent thief of destiny. It comes dressed as entertainment, as curiosity, as social bonding. But underneath the costume is something far more dangerous, a life slowly slipping away. 1 minute at a time, one glance at a time, one comparison at a time. When you look back years from now, you won't regret the things you missed on someone's feed. But you will regret the books you didn't read, the goals you didn't chase, the fire you didn't ignite. You will regret giving your time to other people's dreams instead of building your own. This life owes you nothing. It will not wait. It will not pause. It will not care how many others you watched succeed while you sat still. The mirror will show you exactly what you did with your time. And the harsh truth is this: you cannot grow if you keep handing your time to everyone but yourself. The ones who rise are the ones who decide, "My time is mine." They guard it, they use it, they pour it into learning, building, becoming. They know that while others watch, they work, and because they work, they win. So the question is not, what are others doing? The question is, what am I doing with the minutes that belong to me? Because once those minutes are gone, so is the version of you that could have been. True success is built in silence, not on social media. In an age where everyone is eager to be seen, the wisest among us choose instead to disappear into the work. While the masses chase attention, the few who rise above it understand a deeper truth. Real growth, real mastery, and real success are forged in silence, away from the applause, beyond the noise. You see, the world has confused visibility with value. Just because someone is loud doesn't mean they're wise. Just because their feed is full doesn't mean their future is secure. Just because they're known doesn't mean they're great. The ones who become unshakable do not waste time performing. They are too busy becoming. Silence is where the mind sharpens. It's where the soul whispers and you actually hear it. It's where focus deepens, where distractions fade, and where effort multiplies. Those who crave the spotlight too soon rob themselves of the depth that only the shadows can teach. While others post, you must prepare. While others show off, you must show up day after day, behind closed doors, without applause, without likes, without validation. Because true success is not a performance. It's a process, and that process is often invisible to the world. Think of the seed buried in the soil. No one sees it. No one claps for it. It grows in the dark, watered by patience, fed by consistency. But when it breaks the surface, when it finally rises, it carries with it strength that can't be faked, because it was earned in secret. The moment you seek attention more than progress, you've already lost. The moment you need approval to feel worthy, you've handed over your power. But the one who can labor in silence, content with obscurity, fueled by vision alone, that one cannot be stopped. Don't let the world rush you into revealing what's not ready. Don't trade your momentum for applause. Don't expose your dreams to those who haven't earned the right to hear them. The loudest person in the room is rarely the strongest. The strongest is working in silence, crafting a reality too powerful to be ignored. When the time is right, your results will speak, and their voice will be louder than any post, any caption, any follower count. Because the world may ignore your words, but it cannot ignore your transformation. What you do in the dark will shine so brightly one day, they'll wonder how it happened overnight and never know it took years. So be the one who vanishes from the crowd to build in solitude. Be the one who lets their character be stronger than their image. Be the one who doesn't announce their goals but crushes them so completely the world takes notice without you saying a word. Because the truth is this: your future is not being built online. It is being built in the moments no one sees. And that is exactly where the strongest foundations are laid. Your path is custom made. No one else can walk it for you. You were not born to follow someone else's map. You were born to forge your own road, carved out by your struggle, your lessons, your decisions. Life did not assign you a copy and paste destiny. It handed you a blank canvas and said, create. And yet, so many look sideways, wondering why their path doesn't look like anyone else's. But that is the point. It's not supposed to. Your pain, your setbacks, your triumphs, all of it was designed to mold a journey that belongs to you alone. No one else can feel your calling. No one else can hear your inner voice. No one else has your fingerprints, your fire, your vision. So why waste time comparing your road to another's pavement? The moment you try to walk another man's path, you abandon your own genius. You trade your rare authenticity for shallow imitation. You may gain momentary approval, but you lose your edge, and in the end, you were not sent here to repeat. You were sent here to become. Many are afraid to trust their own path because it looks different, uncertain, slow. But every great life begins that way, unsure, unseen, unproven. The early steps are always lonely. The world will question you, but remember this: they cannot see your vision because it was not shown to them. It was given to you. You must walk your road with unwavering conviction, even when the terrain is rough, even when no one claps, even when others mock or doubt. Because the ones who succeed are not the ones who follow the crowd. They are the ones who dare to build a road where none existed before. There is no shortcut to your calling, no substitute. No one can download it, duplicate it, or deliver it to you. It must be lived, it must be wrestled with, it must be earned one step, one fall, one rise at a time, and the moment you stop looking for someone else to walk it for you, that is the moment your power returns. Stop asking for directions from those who have never been where you're going. Stop waiting for permission from those who don't understand your fire. The only permission you need is the one you give yourself to honor your gifts, to stay the course, to trust the process even when the road disappears beneath your feet. Because your path isn't wrong just because it's different. It isn't broken just because it's hard. It isn't failing just because it's taking time. Your path is being shaped in the hidden places, refined by experience, sculpted by silence, strengthened by solitude. That's where the foundation is laid, out of sight, but not out of purpose. So stop wandering in someone else's story. You were never meant to live their lines. Pick up the pen, step into your fire, walk with discipline. Because this path, your path, is sacred, and no one else can walk it for you. Self-mastery is the foundation of all external victories. There is no conquest greater than the conquest of self. The man who cannot command his own mind, emotions, and decisions has no business commanding anything else. For what use is success if your habits destroy it? What value is victory if your inner world is in chaos? All true power begins within. You may chase wealth, you may pursue status, you may even achieve some temporary wins, but without self-mastery, every gain is fragile, every fortune vulnerable, because the enemy is not outside. The real war is within. Your laziness, your doubts, your fears, your impulses, your distractions. Conquer those and the world bends to your will. A man ruled by emotion cannot rule his destiny. A mind left undisciplined becomes a prison. A life without order breeds collapse. So many reach for the crown before they've built the character to carry it. But lasting success is never built on shaky ground. It is built on self-control, consistency, and internal alignment. Discipline is the gatekeeper to all greatness. Without it, even the most talented will fall. With it, the average man can rise to heights no one thought possible, because while others sleep, the disciplined rise. While others quit, the disciplined endure, and while others blame, the disciplined build. You cannot escape the laws of cause and effect. The cause is who you are when no one is watching your habits, your standards, your mindset. The effect is everything you experience in the external world. If you want to change the outside, you must first command the inside. Self-mastery requires sacrifice. It demands that you give up comfort for greatness, ease for discipline, temporary pleasure for permanent power. Most aren't willing. That's why most stay average, not because they lack talent, but because they lack control. The throne belongs to those who have mastered themselves. Do not expect to lead others if you cannot lead your own thoughts. Do not expect wealth if you squander time. Do not expect respect if you lack self-respect. Life mirrors back what you consistently show up as. You can't cheat the system. You are either in command of yourself or you are being controlled by everything around you. The strongest men and women are not the loudest, they are the most centered. Their silence speaks volumes, their presence radiates control. Why? Because they have put in the work when no one was watching. They have said no when it was easier to say yes. They have chosen pain over comfort, growth over ease, discipline over distraction. Master your morning and you'll master your day. Master your thoughts and you'll master your reality. Master your emotions and you'll walk through storms untouched. Self-mastery isn't glamorous. It's not always visible. But it is the root from which all success, freedom, and peace grow. Without it, everything else crumbles. So when others look outward for power, look inward. When others chase results, build the man who will create them. Because the truth remains, all victories in the world mean nothing if the man within is weak. But when he is strong, there is nothing he cannot conquer. The only competition is the person you were yesterday. There is only one race worth running, and it is not against your neighbor, your colleague, or your so-called rivals. It is against the version of you that settled yesterday. The only competition that matters lives in the mirror, and until you understand that, you will waste your strength chasing shadows. You were not placed on this earth to outshine others, you were placed here to outgrow yourself. Success is not domination over another man's path. It is elevation beyond your former limitations. The standard is not what someone else has achieved, but what you are truly capable of when you stop holding back. Comparison weakens the mind. It makes you forget who you are, what you value, and what you were born to become. It distracts you from your work, your process, your purpose. And while you're busy measuring yourself against others, your own potential sits in silence, waiting for your attention. Every time you look outside for validation, you surrender power. But every time you look within and ask, how can I grow today, you regain control. Growth is not about beating others, it is about building yourself. Stronger than yesterday, wiser than last week, more disciplined than last month, you must become your own rival. Wake up each day with one mission, to be better than the man who woke up yesterday. He may have been tired. You will be relentless. He may have given up early. You will go the extra mile. He may have doubted. You will believe. This is the mindset of those who rise beyond all limitation. Let others chase applause. Let them fight over titles, trophies, and trends. Those things fade, but self-improvement is eternal. Every day you sharpen your discipline, refine your focus, and stretch your potential. You move further from the ordinary and closer to the man you were born to become. True power is quiet. It does not boast. It does not need attention. It simply shows up every day to do the work that others avoid. And with every passing day, the gap between who you were and who you are becoming grows wider. That is real competition. That is true victory. When you adopt this mindset, jealousy dies, envy dies, distraction dies, because you are too busy building, too busy climbing, too busy measuring progress against your former self, not someone else's illusion. The journey becomes purer, the mission becomes clearer, the fire burns brighter, and in time, people will ask how you did it. They will wonder what shortcut you found, but you'll know the truth, you didn't race them. You raced yourself every day, relentlessly, and you won, not by defeating them, but by defeating who you used to be, because the man who chases only his own improvement cannot be beaten. He does not stop. He does not flinch. He does not lose, he evolves. So today, I challenge you, stop watching, stop comparing, start becoming, not for applause, not for validation, but because the greatest gift you can give this world is a fully awakened, fully focused, and fully fearless version of you. Now go build your dream, walk your road, climb your mountain. The world doesn't need another copy. It needs the real you.